Hi everyone, it's me, it's Sevia, here at Healing Circle Center. This is a videotape of the chakra class that we did last night. And you know, this is the 5th chakra, the throat chakra, which is all about communication and creativity and how we create our life through our communications. When our chakra is closed, when the throat feels closed and tight, you know, you're about to cry or you just can't get your words out really well, it's frustrating. So we want to open this chakra. When you have it nice and open, you're really eloquent and you can speak clearly. People want to hear you talk because you're very persuasive. So we want to have that for ourselves. So today we're going to do the class that we did last night, and I will walk you through it and talk you through it as I show you what we're doing. So we're going to start with the Bhaksrata breath work, the pranayama, which will help to open up our chest and our lungs. So it's really an inhale and exhale, and an inhale and exhale. I'll do that to the side so you can see. So it's inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. And I'll have my hands here. So we're going to do it a little bit quicker. So it's and stop. Yeah, so we have that nice and warm. Then we're going to take our shoulders and roll them around a bit so that we have some warmth around our shoulders and our joints. And we'll take our hands, and this is also an exercise for the 5th chakra. If you were to imagine the prana or the energy around us, the chi, as like a cloud. You know, in those beautiful Japanese and Chinese paintings, or the mountains with the clouds. Well, imagine that is all around us, and we're moving through it. We're moving the chi right here in our 5th chakra. So we're going to do another pranayama called Shitali, which is a cooling breath. And here we take our tongue like that, we curl it, or if you can't curl your tongue, some people can't, we'll take the tongue and put it on the top of the roof, like that, and you're sucking the air through so it's nice and cool. And this time, instead of closing our mouth and just breathing out of our nose, we're going to make a sound like the wind, so it'll be like this. We're starting to churn up all that is. Yeah. And we take our hand down and open up one side, saying, ah. And then inhaling up and going to the other side. Ah. Really breathing into the outer ribs, opening up. So if you can't put your arm up, you can put your arm to the side and just look through the elbow. Ah. This is really good for warm times when you're excited, or if you're a pitta person, or you know you're very passionate and you're energized or you're anxious. So exhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. And here, let's come onto all fours. And we do cat-cow. So inhale. Make sure the hips are rotated upwards. You have a little bit of a bend in your back. your heart is coming outwards, so you're looking up. This is your inhale. And your exhale, everything pulls in, and you come up into your upper back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Shoulders are back. Exhale. And come to neutral spine. So neutral spine's not that, but it's still lifted up. Pressing into your arms, nice and strong arms. We're gonna wag our tail and then bring the tail to one side and then look there. So we're kind of creating a C right here. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale. And the other side, exhale. So we're gonna do threading the needle, and threading the needle is you bring the arm up and exhale through. Make sure that your chin is tucked. You're not on the side of your ear, but you're on the top of your head. So you inhale and come down. Taking 2 or 3 breaths. Inhaling back up and exhale, and we'll do the other side. Inhale and exhale. Opening up the back, and inhale, coming center. From here, we're going to come into hero's pose. A hero's pose, I often do it like this from my shiatsu days. Or people often have you have flat feet or straight toes, and you're sitting like this, or you're sitting in between like that. And if it's difficult, you can have a couple of your blocks, and you would sit on your blocks. Like that. So you're sitting upright, okay? So we're sitting in hero's pose. We're going to do some oming, so it's A-U-M, Aum. And in the Aum, the vowels in the Sanskrit mythology, anyway, the vowels are identified with spirit, and the consonants are identified with matter. So you have spirit and matter mixing together. So it's Aum. Make sure you have a nice long M, because that vibrates the vagus nerve in the mind, in the brain, and in the throat, and it helps to bring some endorphins. It's very good for depression, if you had depression, but anyway, it's good for all of us. So let's do 3 of them. So we'll do the oming just naturally with your own breath, and I'll do 3. You don't have to wait for me, we'll do them together, okay? And so it'll be continuous. So you might take a breath while I'm still emming, and I might take a breath while you're still oming, okay? So you can have your hands like this, like this, like this, doesn't matter today. And we come into down dog, so press back and up. We're going to bring our right foot forward and our left foot forward and just curl up. There are other parts to the warm-up, but I'm not going to do them today because I think it's just time to move on. So we're going to do like a sun salutation. So we're going to come up and use the bija sounds. Bija sounds are the seed sounds of each of the chakras. So just follow me. So we're coming up into E. Let your chest come forward, your shoulders are back. Feet are right onto the ground. Exhale, forward fold. Hum. Inhale, lunge. Lam. Vam. Ram. Ha. Yam. Vam. Lam. Hum. The other side. Hum. Left leg back. Lam. Right leg back. Vam. Knee. Chest. Ram. Heart comes up into cobra. Yam. Down dog. Vam. Left leg forward. Lam. Hum. Coming back. E. And down. So you can do that as many times as you want. I'm going to go forward. From here, we'll take a dancer pose. So we're going to look forward into a drishti. You can bring your weight onto your left leg. Calm down your breathing. A drishti is a focus. So let's see, I'll raise my left arm. Bring my right foot down. My knee is not out, it's down. And I'm focusing, I'm tightening up my left thigh. And I'm reaching forward and reaching my leg back. So if you want to do this at the wall, you notice that your leg can move by itself. Okay, so that's all we're doing. We're taking the leg and moving it back, and we're just holding on to the leg. So then we're lifting up, or you can hold the wall for a while. Okay, so let's go to the right side. Right side, we're on our leg. Find a drishti. Arm is up. Gonna lift the left leg and reach back. Or if you'd rather, today you can just stay. But make sure your hip isn't hiked up. You want the hip to be down, okay? So we'll stay there and you breathe. From here, we're gonna come into chair pose. So after you're finished with this, then you bring the leg down and come into the chair. So your hip is reaching downward. You're not totally tucked under, but the tailbone is reaching down. There's space here. Inhale. As you exhale, come down into forward fold. Excuse me, take the right leg back. Reach out into warrior one and open. So you notice my foot is not like this, but coming that way. It's also not right behind my left foot. So there's plenty of space. It's still my hip width distance. Okay, so here we are here. Gonna inhale. As we exhale, bring the back hand down, palm faces up. Inhale, reaching up in reverse warrior. Exhale, come back to warrior two. You notice that my shoulder might be forward. I want it to be back this way. So I want to make sure it's right behind you in a square, in alignment. Inhale. As we exhale, you can crook your arm, come to side angle, or if you wish, you can come down or take your block and come down. If you notice you're like this, you're too far. You need to come back up. Okay, so you're coming up. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your arm over your ear and bring it down. You can hold on to your block. Back foot is now on the toe. Extend the left arm and rotate. So we don't let the hips come all the way down. We want the hips to be square. Okay, so there we are. Inhale. As we exhale, we bring both hands next to the foot. Foot comes back. Right leg comes up and comes into your pigeon pose, okay? Pigeon pose. You should not be like this in pigeon pose. You want to have your foot right where your thigh is. Thigh meets the crotch. Or if you have hips that are open, your foot will be like this or further up. Mine is not so open, so my foot is here. So I'll show you from here. Okay, so here we come down, taking a few breaths. Inhale up. If you like, you can just bring your foot up. Or you can grab onto the left leg. If it's right for you, you can also balance. And come down. Here we're going to come on to the right side and just come on to the back. Let your legs be up in the air. You might find a balance where your legs are just hanging, where you're not really holding them. And relax. Taking a few breaths here. You can also come up into shoulder stand if you wish. So in a shoulder stand, you're going to bring your elbows close to each other. Making sure that there's nothing underneath your neck. So just the back of your head is on the ground. Okay, so you're on your shoulders and the back of your head, not on your neck. So then we can come down. And take our hands underneath the hips, elbows also close to each other, so your heart is open, and then we lift up to bring your head onto the ground in fish. Like guppies. Breathe and release. Good. From here, I'm going to come up into boat. So here you can hold one leg and then the other, or both legs, or hold here if you're reaching up. So you don't want a round back, but you don't want a totally straight back. Okay, you're just lifting everything. We come onto all fours, back into down dog, and then you do the opposite side. I want to check and see if this camera just went off. Nope. Okay, so we're doing the opposite side. Okay, yeah, so the opposite side. Left leg, right leg forward, left leg back. And we're in warrior two. We inhale, exhale, palm faces up, inhale, come back, exhale, forward. We can crook our leg, our arm, and come down this way, or all the way down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, back foot is on the toe. Extend and revolve, side angle pose. Inhale, exhale, arm comes right inside, leg comes back for down dog. Extend the left leg up and then bring it forward for pigeon. Coming down. Taking a few breaths here. Inhale, you can lift the leg if you wish. Otherwise, thing keeps coming down. Grab the leg and extend. Reverse. This time, we'll just come right onto our hips and open the legs. I'm going to look at this leg and bring this shoulder down. I'm going to inhale, look at this leg, and bring this shoulder down. I'm going to inhale and look forward. And take a few breaths here. You may want to flex your feet to give your hamstrings some nice stretch. Tighten up the quads, and that allows the hamstrings to work even better. So inhale, we walk back up. Left leg is underneath, right leg is on top. This is the bottom part of cow pose. We're not going to do the top, just the bottom. It's going to lift up. Take your right hand behind you. And slowly, with your head first, then your shoulders, then the waist starts coming around. But don't jerk yourself, and let your breath take you to a place in your twist. You want to be on your right hand side, so I probably should have done the other side first. You want to be on your right hand side first, because that's the way the digestion goes. Take 2 or 3 nice deep breaths there. Surrender to the pose. If you feel like your hand, or don't be leaning, right? You may want to put your block right by you so you can have a nice long spine. When you stop, exhale, come back forward. Take the leg and give some sweet massage to your tootsies. So our feet hold a lot of reflex areas that can be healing to the rest of the body, but also the just giving it a little loving is always good. You can take your muscle and press in to, take your fist and press into the foot, okay? There you go. Now we take this leg, and you can hold the foot and hold your knee, and this is good. You can bring your arms underneath. Sometimes people do that and bring it right next to you. That's a good stretch too. If you can put your foot into your elbow crook, that's always good too. And this is rocking the baby. So you want to lean onto your left leg and let your right leg, right hip be open. And we're just rocking back and forth. This opens the hip. You know, we have the hip is tight. It also affects our jaw, because the jaw and the hip, they're both hinge type joints, and then some meridians go through the hip and the jaw. And so when they're tight, your jaw can be tight too. Or when your jaw is tight, your hips are tight. So you don't want to be a tight hip person. And so that stops us from being able to speak our truth. So there we go. So we're finished with that. We're going to take our hand onto the toe and extend the leg. That's it. Extend the leg. Bring it out. Bring the other leg out. There you go. And hold on to whatever you can, either your knees, your ankles, or your feet. Stretching down. Good. And we come back up. Right leg comes underneath, left leg on top. Here we want to try and get the knees in alignment with each other. So these are like the ears of well, this is really the mouth. Moo. of the cow. So you're going to inhale, exhale, coming back. Bring your head and the chest, and then your spine, or the belly, coming back too. 2 or 3 breaths. You might notice when you relax and just concentrate, focus on your breathing, how your body relaxes and you can go further. But if you're tight and you're trying to press, it doesn't work that well. So we're just surrendering. Surrender to your breath. Let your breath breathe you. Let life breathe you. And then we inhale and come back and take our other foot and massage it, open the toes, a little cracking going on, and pressing in, maybe getting in between the tarsals there. Good. Then again, you can hold the foot and hold your knee and rock back and forth. If you're able to bring your foot real close to you, that's good too. And you can bring it right inside of your elbow. Now, I am flexing my foot. It's a good idea to flex your foot to protect your knee. Okay? So, knee trouble often comes because hips are not able to be flexible and they're not able to open up. So the knee is the next joint that takes the weight and takes the flexibility when you want to turn and twist. Okay, so we're opening up the hip. There you go. And you're going to take the toe, inhale, open up, and exhale. Just let that come down. And this time, we'll just be coming into Tadasana, I think. And enough of these things. Oh, camel. Okay, so one of the things that we should do is come into camel pose. Camel pose. You can put the first thing is, put your hands behind your back, elbows back, and then reach. So you're pressing into the hips. I should probably put this in a different place in this. Anyway, so we're going to bring it forward and reach up. So you want heart is coming up and you're reaching forward into the pelvis. Inhale and then exhale down into child. Relax everything. And then coming back up. Now you can do that again, or if you'd like to go deeper, you can grab onto the heels and reach back with your shoulders and still press forward. But you want your hips to be loose because, your buttocks to be loose so that your sacrum can move. Inhale and exhale, and then just slowly come out. And here we're going to come into Shavasana. In Shavasana, you want your big toes to come together and your heels to come away, and then let them open, and your arms are about 45 degrees. And just focus on your breath, which means I know I'm breathing in. Feel the movement in your chest. And as you exhale, slightly squeeze the lower belly. I know I'm breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. In, out. And then you can stay there for as long as you wish. When you come out of that pose, come over onto your side.
I like to come onto my right side, but you can come to any side. Stay here for a moment and take your upper arm, pressing it into the ground. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Okay, those in the class, I'll be sending you this, and I'll be sending you the information. So namaste, Garudra, Mudra, which is eagle. Our hearts are flying high. So namaste.